All right. I'll have some costume changes. She paid good money for this show, so I want you to get your money's worth. Hey, I'll show you something I wasn't going to. Want to see something pretty? That's so pretty. Those are my Moroccan rugs. So pretty. And that's my hat. Moroccan flag, I guess. Uh, so, taught at a small school in Morocco. Sorry about. Yeah, just leave it like that. And Ben Gurir, King Mohammed VI Polytechnic University, which is just a stunning, out-of-sight campus. Check it out on images. King Mohammed VI Polytechnic. Like I say, just so beautiful. I taught kids, not that many kids. It was a new school. It didn't even last through the year. Politics. The guy that ran it was from Britain, and you got French interests, and you have Moroccan interests, and anyway, it was a good idea. I think we did a good job. I thought I was going to teach people history, but their English was so low. I all of a sudden I became an English teacher and went on the internet and got a bunch of things to work with first graders and second graders, even though they were older than that. But a good experience, and I love Morocco, and I love Moroccans. They're awesome people. And like Arkansas, where I come from, working class, simple people, humble, not a lot of money, welcoming. So, loving and caring, if you are. And even though I was a white guy, they could tell I was loving and caring, and we got along famously, and I love it. I love Morocco. Salam alaikum, alaikum salam, which basically means peace to you and peace to you. Inshallah, God willing. I mean, if you could say, see you tomorrow, and I think that's Inshuk Fu Min Bad, Inshuk Fu Min Bad, or I'll see you later. And he might say, Inshallah, well, God willing, you'll see me tomorrow. And I thought that was kind of funny. Humble, if you really think about it. Hamdulillah, I like Hamdulillah. All praise to God. And for me, it'd just be all praise to the life force or the force, whatever you want to call it. Doesn't matter to me. But Hamdulillah, again, kind of humbling. Focus. And they, would say it a lot. And I remember asking a Moroccan friend, I'd said, now if I want to tell you, if you say, hey, you doing? How do I say, I'm tired? How do I say I'm tired? He goes, well, first you say, Alhamdulillah, thanks to God I'm alive. And then you say, my stomach hurts, or I'm tired. But that's so funny. That's so funny. And Ben Gurir, where I was, close to the Atlas Mountains, close to the Berbers, some of the oldest people in the world, the oldest culture, I guess, one of them. And I learned some Berber. I love it. Okay, Mansakim means hello. Mansakim, hello. If you want to say how you doing, Mansakin Za. So cool. Mansakin Za. Sahabi. Sabi, brother. One of my best stories. I'm going to take the Grand Taxi from Marrakesh back to Ben Gurir. It's about an hour. The Grand Taxi is basically a van. You pay 50 cents or a quarter, and you'll be in a van with about 6 people. And the guy will drive you back and for an hour to Ben Gurir or vice versa. Well, I felt comfortable with Moroccans, and so I went to the Grand Taxi place, and the guy's wearing a vest saying, Ben Gurir, Ben Gurir, like, come get in my taxi, or, maybe they say something else, some other city. But anyway, I was joking with the guy. I got his vest on. And then I started walking around, this kooky white dude, Ben Gurir, Ben Gurir. And I remember grabbing the guy's arm and kind of pulling him toward the taxi, like I'm the taxi driver. And I'm gonna take him to Ben Gurir because I need the money. Ben Gurir, Ben Gurir, and it was funny. I mean, they laughed because it was funny, and it was just intercultural exchange of kindness and humor, and sweet. We need to be sweet more to each other in our homes, neighborhoods, cities, countries, and earth. Yeah, let's be sweet, my brothers and sisters. All right, and I'm sorry if this is going to get shaky. I'm sorry. But, so, there's some, I can't see where, oh lordy. There's the Moroccan shoes. I'm still not sure whether I want to have people take their shoes off. I'm working with warmer than that, but lived in Morocco, had a Japanese American girlfriend for a while. This idea of taking your shoes off in both cultures when you come inside, I'm okay with that. And what I read, I thought I would read, I type in, is it better to take your shoes off or not? And they said yes, partly because on the bottom of lots of shoes is feces from animals, and you're tracking that in, and that has some bacteria that can create sickness. So it is good to take your shoes off when you come in. Okay, if you've ever lived poor or struggling, or I don't know what you want to call it, this is a sweet house. It's a one bedroom, but the insulation, it's an old house with very little insulation. So I had to do this to the door because wind was coming in. And that's a little in the middle, and there's another on the bottom, and there's, stuff on the floor, and there's stuff all over the floor because the floor is cold, and how can you live in a cold place? It's uncomfortable. So, and also the way I did that door, I don't want to take that down and put it back up. It's a real hassle. So that's why I expect to be here for 2 days. I believe this is Sunday. I believe I'll get out Tuesday when it's supposed to be 22. It's 1 degree right now. It'll be 6. It'll be -2 tonight. It'll be 15 tomorrow. It'll be -2 the next night. So life is a challenge. Many, many times it's a challenge. This is one of my favorite books, if not my favorite book. Tao Te Ching, Lao Tzu, 500 BC. And it kind of starts off saying we're going to talk about the sacred. And the sacred is beyond words. But here we go. Something like that. And I like that idea. If you're talking about God or divinity or trying to understand what we really can't understand or put it into words, which is beyond words. I like that idea. Like, we can figure out everything. We can, there's a reason for everything, and we can We're smart human beings. We can understand everything. Yeah, I don't think that's true. Anyway, what's a good quote from here? Not collecting precious things prevents stealing. That's pretty heavy. That's pretty heavy. Just materialism. We're really bad materialists here. A lot of Americans like to follow Jesus, but I mean, he had nothing, and he basically told people not to be materialistic. But we're so much different than that. So I don't understand that. I understand Jesus. I don't understand the love of material objects and wealth and domination over other humans. I don't understand that. But I understand simplicity because I'm simple. I think everything is simple. I don't know if just throw something out at you. Let's see. He who does not trust enough will not be trusted. Why is the ocean? No. Why is the ocean the mother of 10,000 things, or 10,000 rivers? Why is the ocean mother of 10,000 rivers? Because it lies below them. I think a lesson on humility. The ocean is below the river, so the river flows into the ocean. Anyway, a lovely book, and not a religion, just a philosophy. I'm not a Taoist. I'm not a Christian. I'm not a Hindu or Muslim. I don't want to be anything besides just plain old text. A human being trying to become a better human being, or get back to being, children are so natural and just great teachers about how to be yourself without all this chatter and bullshit that we learn over the years. My mother's cooking mitt, still some DNA in there, baby. That's pretty special. She was a special lady. I ain't gonna say too much right now because I don't want to cry. And crying's okay, but I don't want to right now. I was in front of my classes before at Springdale High School, taught history and government, and forget what I was started to cry about tearing up or choking up. And I mean, we're talking about history and government, so really important stuff, including a lot of noble and honorable stuff, but terrible and horrific things too in our history. And I remember some kid saying, "Mr. Trumbo, you're crying," or "Mr. Trumbo's crying." And I said, "I'm not worried about you if you cry. I'm worried about you if you never cry." We need to cry. For the appreciation of grace and for the sadness of the terror and terrible things that have happened and are happening. Yeah, you gotta feel, man. Fuck it. Feel something. Feel something. And not anger at other people. Not hatred. But feel the joy, ecstasy, and feel the sadness and hurt inside here. Inside yourself. And I believe the Tao Te Ching is Lao Tzu, China, 500 BC. I think this is the I Ching. And I don't know, I think you're supposed to throw stuff, and there's hexagrams and all this stuff. I'm not really interested in that too much. This is sort of like, I think, astrology, where you can open up astrology, and I don't care which sign you are, it doesn't matter. The basic stuff will say, today is a good day to reach out to an old friend and rekindle friendship. Or today is not the day to be angry and moody to people. Anyway, it's just basic. It's basic. How to be a good human being. So here's the I Ching. I'm just going to open it up. Stagnation. Stagnation is brought about by inferior persons. There exists no advantage, even to persons of exceptional character and virtue. The superior is going, the inferior is coming. I'm not really sure what that means. Oh, here we go. It's a little easier. The forces in nature are in a state of perfect and undiscriminating impasse, not moving, stagnation. There is no response action between things, and nothing productive can be accomplished. Now, this is middle of January, and it's 2 degrees, and I'm stuck inside, so I can kind of relate. The natural order that nourishes and fosters all things is disjointed and disunited. Well, our country is pretty much that, and the world too, not just us. You've got these right-wing dictator type men. It's usually men, these bullies, and they're a small group of angry, hateful men too that follow them and promote them. They're all over the world, and it's partly because the world's falling apart economically and environmentally, only because we've been bad citizens, not just in America, but we haven't figured out how to live together and how to create a good life for everybody, not just the top 10% or whatever. So it's our fault. We're creating this, and out of that society of sickness, you get people rising up saying, "I'm angry and I'm hateful and follow me, and we'll take care of these bastards that have created all this." But of course, we've created it. We're all the problem. The lines of communication are down. Because of this, there is no understanding of what is needed, and growth cannot continue. When growth stops, stagnation begins. Oh. Any useful insights or ideas you may have will be met with apathy or rejection. Yeah, it's kind of a sad one. Relationships will be difficult at this time. Wow. Yeah. Self-reliance will see you through. Wow. Well, I hate to say it. Sometimes this is life. I hate to say it. This is kind of cool. The picture of it is Lao Tzu. Lao Tzu took himself away from society because he was tired of the corruptions of society. Yeah, he had decided to leave the stagnation and corruption of the empire and become a recluse. Huh, interesting. I don't want to leave you with that. I don't want to leave you with that. So we'll do another one. Here we go. Sovereignty. Sovereignty brings exceptional progress. Because of a stroke of good fortune, you will meet with supreme success. I'm telling all of you that. And if that's just opening your heart or being a good friend or appreciating the sunshine or helping someone across the street or listening to somebody, being the witness, testifying, either way, of either side of that coin, loving, creating some art, doing a good job at your job, being a good person at your job, helping others. Your position. I have a phone call.